Good morning, students. Welcome back to 6th standard science class. Let us start with the new lesson, measurement. In this chapter, we will learn about length, volume, mass and time. Let us start with the introductions about measurement. What is meant by measurement? The comparison of unknown quantity with some known quantity is known as measurement. That means the comparison of unknown quantity with some standard quantity is known as measurement. And measurement has two parts. There are number and unit. For example, how could you express the length of the pencil? Yes, the length of the pencil is like 7 centimeter. Here the measurement is 7 centimeter and it has two parts. 7 is a number and centimeter is a unit. So the measurement has two parts. One is number and another one is unit. And we will always express the measurement with units. Next, I will explain about length. What is meant by length? The distance between one end to other desired end is known as length. Simply represent as the distance between two edges is known as length. And the standard unit of length is meter. And it is expressed by the letter is small m. And very small length can be measured by centimeter and millimeter. And some of the measuring tools for measurement of length is foot strap, hand span and arm's length, and measuring scale, measuring tape and vernier caliper and screw gauge. And these tools are helped to measure the length of the substances. And next we learn about the unit of length. We already know about that. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter and 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter and 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. That means 10 millimeter makes 1 centimeter and 100 centimeter makes 1 meter. 1000 meters makes 1 kilometer. And next, meter scale. The meter scale is used to measure the length of cloths in textile shop and measure the readings in scale. How to measure the readings in scale? The scale which contain up to 15 readings is known as small scale and up to 30 reading is known as large scale. The distance between 0 to 1 denotes centimeter, that is 1 centimeter. And notice the distance between 0 and 1, it contains small 9 markings is there, that is known as millimeter. So that is the distance between 0 to 1 is 1 centimeter and some small units is there, that is known as millimeter. So 1 centimeter will contain 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter makes 1 centimeter. Using this, we find out the length of pencil. First, take a pencil and place it above the scale starting with 0 point. And notice the length of the pencil. Here it ups to 7. So it is 7 centimeter. And in small units, after the 7 it contains up to 5, that is known as 5 millimeter. So totally the length of pencil is 7.5 centimeter. That means 7 centimeter and 5 millimeter. It's totally denoted as 7.5 centimeter or 75 millimeter. Next we will learn about need of SI unit, that is International System of Units. A common set of units to express the measurements, and the system is known as International System of Units or SI units. And the SI unit for length is meter, and SI unit for mass is kilogram, and the SI unit for time is second. And area of surface is expressed as meter squared, and volume of solid is expressed as meter cube. Next we will learn about to measure the length of pin using a scale. Like measuring the length of pencil, we measure the length of pin. First we place the pin above the scale and it coincides 0 point on the scale, and count the number of centimeter from 0 and it ups to 2, so it denoted as 2 centimeter, and count that some small lines after the 2 up to 6 readings, so it is expressed as 6 millimeter. Finally, the length of pin is 2 centimeter and 6 millimeter, which is expressed as 2.6 centimeter. And next we learn about correct position of eye on measurement. That is, the position of eye is also important for taking measurement, and your eye must be exactly in front of the vertically above the point where the measurement will be taken. You have to place your eyes exactly in front of vertical position of this scale. From the diagram represent the position of A and C, readings will be error, and only the position of B is correct. While calculating that measurements in using that scale, your eyes is placed in this B position, vertically opposite to the scale. And next one is find the length of curved line using string. How could you find the length of curved line? If it is straight line means we will easily measure using that measuring scales or measuring tape, anything. If it is curved line means how could you measure the length of the line? Yes, we will measure the length of the line using a string, that means thread. First we draw a curved line on a paper and mark its point as A and B, and place a string, that is thread, along the curved line properly to cover all sides of the curved line. Now cut the string at the end of the B and place it in scale and measure the distance between two ends of the string from the starting point 0 in the scale. Now you will get the length of curved line. So the length of curved line is measured using string. First we will draw a curved line and take one thread, that is string, and to place it over the line and cover all these lines and cut up to B end. It's placed from A to B, and take the string and measure the length of the string using measuring scales. And next one is volume. Volume is a derived quantity, and using length we find out the measurements like area and volume. Area is obtained using the two lengths, that is area is equal to length into breadth for rectangle, and and volumes which are categorized into three, that is volume of solid and volume of liquid and volume of gas. First we measure the volume of solid. If the volume of solid box is measured by the known quantity of length, breadth and height. The volume of box is the product of length, breadth and height. Using this measurement we will find the volume of solid box. And next one is volume of liquid. Measuring the volume of liquid is quite easy, and some of the measuring tools such as cylinder, beaker, pipette and pipettes are used to measure the exact volumes of the liquid, and the volume of liquid is usually measured in liters and small unit is expressed as milliliter. And next one is measuring the volume of irregular shape of object. That means how could you measure the irregular shape of object? First, to take a irregular object like small stones and take one measuring cylinder and fill it with water up to the level of 50 ml. Now pour the small stone into the measuring cylinder and the stone is completely immersed into the water. When we pour the stone in water, the stone displays some water. The amount of water displayed by the volume of stone is known as water displacement method. First we initially to note the water level. Before placing that stone, the water level is 50 ml. After we will place that stone, what will happen? The water level will be increases. Why the water level increases? Due to the presence of volume of stone, the water level will be increases. Now mark the water level like 75 ml. So we find the volume of irregular object of, that is the stone, by final volume minus initial volume. That is the final water level is subtracted from the initial volume to get, that is 75 minus 50, we will get 25 ml. So this is the volume of irregular object. And irregular object is a solid, that is the stone is a solid substance. So we express the volume in cubic centimeter, and 1 millimeter is equal to 1 cubic centimeter, that is 25 ml means 25 cubic centimeter. So the volume of irregular object like stone is 25 centimeters cube, and it is find out by final level of water minus initial level of water. And next one is volume of gas. We can also measure the volume of gas. It is essential to take in account in the pressure at which the gases are kept. And SI unit of volume of solid is cubic meter. We already know about that. And liquid and gases are usually measured in liters, and also it can be measured in meters cubes, cubic meter. 1 meters cube is equal to 1 kiloliter, and 1 centimeters cube is equal to 1 milliliter, and 1 millimeters cube is equal to 1 microliter. These are the unit of gases. And mass and weight. Mass is a measure of amount of matter of that subject. That is, mass is a measure of amount of substances, and weight is a gravitational pull experienced by the mass. And mass, SI unit of mass is kilogram, and it is expressed in the symbol is kg. and SI unit of weight is Newton and it is expressed as N, caps N. And instruments which is used to measure the mass and weight of an object is beam balance and electronic balance. First we will learn about beam balance. We use beam balance to measure the mass, and a beam balance works by comparing the mass of an object to that known mass, that is standard mass. Using the standard mass we measure the mass of an object. And next one is electronic balance. An electronic balance is a device which is used to find accurate measurement of weight, and it is very commonly used in laboratories for weighting the chemicals, and electronic balance may also be used to weight food, other grocery items, and as well as in jewelry shops also. So the electronic balance is also used to find accurate measurement of weight. And next we will learn about time. How do you measure the passage of time? Yes, using that clock. Clock are used to measure time. In this clock it contains short hand and long hand. Using that short and long hands we measure the time. In earlier days, people used sand clock and sundial to measure the passage of times during the day. So students, I hope you understood about the measurements like length and how to measure the length of pencil and pin using that scale, and volumes, that is volume of solid, and how to measure the volume of liquid, and how to measure the irregular shape of an object, and volume of gas, and mass, how to measure the mass of an substance and weight of the substance, and time. So I hope you understand about these topics. Thank you students.